let's see. Where can I see? Hmm. Oh, here we go. All right. We're gonna play with this fun little image my friend posted the other. Was it yesterday? It was today. And I believe it's Barbados. No, that is not them, but Barbados. No fun. All right, I have some things to play with today. So it's a snow day, and even though it's not snowing yet, literally, I think it's like maybe raining. Anyway, so I was supposed to have a full workshop today painting snowscapes in pastel, but it was a rescheduled. So if you're interested, it's now March 8th. So check that out. It's over at the Visual Arts Center of New Jersey. But yeah, so I thought maybe instead of doing snow, because we're getting snow, I would do a little beachscape. So that's going to be fun. And I'm using velvet paper, which is not really velvet. It's not like that stuff with that you would hang in black light era. It is very much like pastel matte. So yeah, so I'm very like, I usually don't use these pastel pan pastels is what they're called, and they are fun. I did them a little bit on my demo. When was that? On Thursday, Wednesday, one of those days, and they were really kind of fun to play with. You can literally do the same thing by taking a chunk and like a makeup sponge. Like for real, I have a makeup sponge here, and you could literally rub it and do the same thing. So you do not have to go out and buy all new things. But here I am using them and they're fun. So what I'm going to do first, I'm actually just going to sketch this out. We have a very basic kind of layout. I'm going to drop the horizon line a little bit and we're just going to play. Today's just about playing. Like I'm just like, oh, I really like this image and I did what I had to kind of definitely do today. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go upstairs and play. And then I was like, well, maybe someone else could just watch me play. So here we are. So I'm not necessarily doing like some full teaching thing, but you know, if you have questions, you're welcome to comment. I welcome that. So I know I'm not alone. But anyhow, that's our horizon line. We're going to do a nice little subtle angle here for the water. Notice where I'm holding the pencil, loosey-goosey. I should be able to like make it look like rubber because that's how dainty and flimsy I'm holding it. Okay, so now we have clouds. I'm not going to draw it. We have like a little wave here. Maybe I'll draw that in. Maybe I'll just turn this into the wave right here, this line. But that's it. That's all I'm going to draw. So yeah, let's hop in. Now this is really dirty. That's okay. We're going to just wipe it off a little bit. I don't know how they expect you to clean these things. It's essentially like a makeup sponge, except it is an art one. And it's on this little thing that looks like a palette knife, except they market it as like blending tools for pastel. I call these little things like a sock because it's like it slips on this little foot like a sock. So that's what I call them. All right, so I'm just going to throw this right in here and we're just going to start letting there be light. Let there be light. Now I'm working on dark paper, so it's gonna like not stay light, but I kind of just, I don't know, I was itching to play with these today, so I don't know how they're gonna turn out, so don't judge me. Now I'm going into this yellow here, and I know the yellow on black usually ends up looking very like green, so I probably will have to go back in and do some actual application with that. But look, it's gold. It's shimmery. Ooh la la. Let's play. Ooh, I know you guys can't see the shimmer, but it is shimmery. I see some nice pinchy, kind of peachy colors in there. I have a very limited selection of colors with my pan pastels, but I'm just going to kind of go in with this and then I'm going to use my tool. So sometimes if you use a chunk, you could just use the chunk and then smear it with the tool. All very technical terms here. So sometimes I get a little excited with the tool and I dull it too much, but that's okay. We're playing. I find I have a hard time playing sometimes because I feel that everything has to look like immaculate and it doesn't. And that's something I personally am trying to let go of. I used to be the same way growing up. I would have, if I was in if I was working in a coloring book growing up, it had to be like a great drawing. It couldn't be not great. Otherwise, I wouldn't continue in the coloring book. How horrible is that, right? So I try not to do that anymore. My kids don't do that, but they'll get kind of upset sometimes if they can't get something right, as we all do. So, nice little chunky chunk. I go overboard with my lights first because we can always kill them. I'm sorry, my arm keeps going across the page. I did not pull out my colors before this, which I normally do. But it's not like a formal thing today, so we are playing. You notice I keep saying that simply because I need that reinforcement of like, it's okay. It's okay. Just play. Especially that I'm doing it live, but that's all right. Let's go a little bit. I kind of want to like make this lighter area bigger than what's in the picture. Just because we can do whatever we want, right? It's our world. Let's get a little bit of light in it. Look at the purple. If you do not know me, you know that, well, if you don't know me, you don't know that I'm a big purple fan. And purple makes everything better. A lot of artists actually think that. I'm not like this like oddball. I mean, I am, but it's like a real thing. Purple really does make things better. It just is a really good color to incorporate in areas that either need like some neutralization or just a little oomph. So it can kind of work in both ways. Ooh, I don't like that color it's making. I'm so unfamiliar with these tools, like the smushers. I am normally a finger smusher, technical term there. But because I can clean my fingers. These things you can't clean. You guys saw me. Like, you can't clean those things. So I really should have pulled out my colors before I hopped onto this live. Sorry, keep getting like blurry, not blurry, blurry, not blurry. If you are watching, please comment, because I think I can see comments. I think. I mean, I have the little comment chat thing over there. I don't know if it's really gonna work or not, but that'd be cool. I don't even know if anyone's watching. I think it is. Let's just get in a little bit of something here. So I already got the call. My kid's school is off tomorrow. So there's that bag of fun. I work digitally on Mondays, so I am still going to be teaching. So there's that. If you want to hop into my Monday Zoom tomorrow, I just sent out the weekly email for it with our reference photo and everything. We're actually going to be tackling flowers because we need some flowers on this snowy day. So if you want to hop in on that, just let me know and we can get you all hooked up and fun times. It will be in Pastel, and I do everything step by step in that class. It's kind of fun to break things down a little bit more systematically. I don't like that color. You're going to go back. What about you, Mr. 345? I like this color. It's a new pastel. Ooh, orange and blue. They're not friends. We have to add someone in between them. Purple and orange aren't the best of friends either, so you want to watch that. But pink is friends with orange, and pink is also friends with blue. So I'm going to use like a slightly darker version here. And we're just going to marry these two together. So I want you to think of like someone sitting in an orange shirt at the movie theater and then someone sitting at the movie theater in blue shirt. They can't sit next to each other. When they share popcorn, they're going to fight. So you have to have people in between them to, share the popcorn. Someone's got to hold the popcorn. Otherwise, it's going to be a big old mess, just like how it is with my kids downstairs. So, yeah, we need little mediators is what I call them. Let's see if this does good things over here. I don't know. Let's just find out because over here is very desaturated in the picture. And, oh, look, that sock just, it was like, I'm done. I don't want to work today. All right, fine. This guy's dirty, so it's definitely going to be neutral over here now. Let's just see. Sometimes it's nice to have a little base. I know a lot of pastels that will use this as a base and then go on top with pencils or I really just like to use the chunks, to be honest. Like I really am a chunk fan. I call these chunks. I also call my dog chunk. Chunk, 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 chunk. We sing the chunk song to the sound of the, what is it called? It's the song with, I don't know who it's by. It's like a rap song and he says shots a lot. Is it called shots? I don't know. Chunk, 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 chunk. These are the things I think about when I'm making art. This is a nice light blue here. So I'm plopping right now, okay? Some people like to keep it in raw plop mode. I will not because I want to refine this a little bit more. Over here is a little muddy for me, so we got to clean that up. But we have to have something down to make it look a little bit nicer and neater. These smudge tools are just way too dirty for me. I can't handle them anymore. Ooh, but I like this color. This is a nice one. This is a Great American. Love Great American pastels. Everyone go check out their site. Go follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They're amazing. I don't know if they're on Instagram. I don't know. Anyway, Facebook. Go check them out. Great American. Okay, I like that color. It's a little bit light, so I'm going to use, this is also a Great American. Purple-tastic. We always have to make things extra purple, right? Just, I mean, why wouldn't you? Oh gosh, why not, right? This guy's a little loud. Sometimes if it's really loud, I hold it very daintily, which means I am going to put less pressure down. You could always tell when I'm in, whether I'm virtual or in person, you could always tell like my pressure because like this finger especially goes up and now like we got 3 fingers going on and sometimes this hand goes up so I'm like doing this. It's like a yoga pose. Why do I do that? I don't know. That's where like I don't know. So anyway, I spy some peachiness over here. We got a lot of colors happening. Oh my goodness. But I like it. They're soft. So what I like to do is I like to plop the colors down, technical term, and then I will decide how much I have to blend and whatnot. Now, with this, since we have so many colors, we want to refrain from blending too much with our fingers or a tool because it will get muddy. So what I tend to do is I tend to use a harder pastel and graze on top. And when I say graze, hold on, where's my BFF? 136. Here you are. Creta color 136. Love it. I will just use the side and just graze, and it will visually unify things together. It will also push some of the powder away, but it will just make it all nice. So it's a little dark over here. Let's lighten it up. The sun's coming out, or maybe the sun's setting. I don't know. Barbados, isn't that like an island? So it could be either. I don't know what it is. All right. We're going to scoop some of this light out so it trickles soon. Not yet. I'm working very small too because I'm playing. So playing. Oh, Esther, I haven't seen you in forever. You would always have like all the cool art supplies, like all out. I hope you've been creating. We got to get you creating again if you haven't. I hope you have. Let me know. And Daniel, how are you? We haven't chatted in a while either. All right, so I've established full ploppage in the sky. It's not done yet, but we're getting there. So I'm going to use something a little juicier. When I say juicy, that means saturated. I just like saying the word juicy because, like, why wouldn't you? Little kind of things down there. Little thing, light grays. You could tell by the way I speak too. If I talk like this, that means look, the hand went up. The hand went up and the finger went up. So you can tell that I am I have very light pressure when I have the light voice and the light dainty hands and all these things going on. So All right, we are just going to graze. This is a little bit of a softer one, so I do have to have a very light touch. You could see, you could hear it in my voice. A little bit of these little clouds that are just like, I want light. I want light too. Okay. They all talk to me. Everything talks to me. I want to watch purple and yellow together. They're not friends. Throw a friend in between. Someone's got to hold the popcorn. I think my boys are actually watching a movie downstairs, and they made popcorn. And they each have their own bowl because, like, God forbid. I'm just going to kind of skid over. Now, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a clean finger and I'll do a little tapping up here, because if you tap dab, that's what I really call it. I actually go over all of my own little techniques with my very professional sounding names in a course called Pastel Techniques, and that is over on createandinspire.art. And we go over the tap dab and the schmear and the swooping schmear and the circular schmear and the windshield wiper, all of these little silly terms, but like they totally make sense. Like if you watch it, it totally makes sense. Because sometimes you got to know how to do things. And there's specific ways to do things. Not that there's one way to do things, but I just show you my way of doing things. And, you know, if it works, cool. If it doesn't, it's okay too. You know, you're going to find what works best for you and what doesn't work best for you. Not everyone is going to have something that is going to work for you and your style, but it's always helpful to take some sort of, you know, little bit from every instructor that you work from or every artist that you watch. Look at this color. This is juicy too. Look at all these purples, guys. Purples. We need a little purple up here. Just a little bit more. Look, 2 fingers up. Rock on. All right, we can always come back and revisit this, okay? We need to kind of establish what's going on down here in order for things to make sense. So as I go back to this area, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Okay, wait, hold on. I see one other thing. Okay, little tap tap. All right, let's just move down here because I have to see the whole picture. Now I am using dark paper, so that is going to help me. Let's see if this little, let's see if this guy wants to work down here. This is a nice deep blue. Now, honestly, I mean, I'm going to just use a chunk on top of this, but I kind of just want to get a little bit of this in. It's dark on dark, so it's not like it's anything crazy, but I need to be able to get that hard edge, so who am I fooling? Let's use this color. This is a new pastel. Look how nice and pointy that is. I'm going to go right across. I have to make it somewhat straight. Is that straight? I don't know. Let's see. Otherwise, it's going to look like a tsunami is coming. We don't want that. So I'm just going to bring down this color a little bit. This is kind of a little bit more on like the green blue side. And then we're going to go a little bit more into this lovely little, like, I don't want to say teal, but it's like a deep teal. What's this? Is it this color? Maybe. Is it this color? Both. We'll just do both. So these are, what is this? This is, I think this is a new pastel. Look at that beautiful little color in there. Little juice factor going on. This guy has a weird coating on it. It doesn't want to work. I hate that about the new pastels. Okay. All the way across. Tell me if you have snow outside. Please let me know. Let's go a little tealer. Ooh, that is juicy stuff. Love it. I wish I could like eat color. Not really, but all right, now we're going to get in this little flopped over wave here. This is not white, guys. This is glacier blue. It is not going to be white. Oh, I have to let this all be lighter over here too. Let's let there be a little bit of some cream here first before I hop in with some peach, because peach and blue, remember, they're not the best of friends. So now that I have that light down with that little bit of cream, now that will serve as a base for a little bit more peach there. I will get in a little bit of this, a little bit of whatever that is. And then I'm just going to graze it out a little bit. Light touch, graze it out. Okay, I think we need pink too. Just a little bit. All right, now I'm going to let there be a little bit of some shadow underneath this wave. Let's come down a little bit closer. And we're going to let there be a little bit of dark here. Oh, I should have let this like come up. Yeah, that's going to come on up. This is going to go down again. Up and down and up and down. Maybe there's going to be a little wave over here. It's going to start to swell. There's going to be some flopped over foam stuff. I think that has a name. I don't know what it's called. I usually use a darker blue for this. I actually usually use 265. I know it sounds like I'm saying a bunch of numbers. I really only use like the same like 6 numbers. So it's not. But shadowed foam stuff. Shadowed, what is it called? Shadowed flopped over wave stuff. Okay, anyway. Now I'm going to use my Magic Edge. This is something that I go over as well in the Pastel Techniques course. For those of you that don't know, I do have a membership over at createandinspire.art where you can get all of my courses and a live lesson with me and a live Q&A with me and all the things, Andrea, for just $20 a month. So that is a great option if you are looking to start getting into your art realm, or if you need a little boost, or if you just need some Andrea in your life, which, you know, we all need a little Andrea. But I'm here to cheer you on. Like, we are here to, the whole community is here to uplift each other. So that's really important. Okay, now the sand. Ooh, I kind of want to do a little bit of the stuff on the sand now. I don't really have a sand color though. Let's just use some of this. It's the same color. That's not going to help. Let's add some purple. I don't really have a good color. Let's use some of this. See, you can literally just use an actual pastel, guys. Like, you do not need to go out and spend a bunch of money, but I'm obviously not an affiliate for Pan Pastels. I like all sorts of things, though. I really do. But a good soft pastel, Great American's wonderful. I like some Unisons, Terry Ludwig Eggplant, which I'll pull out in a little bit. That's always a nice color too. But hard pastels are kind of like a really nice way to get some nice edges and everything. So highly recommend. I wonder if I have, oh, that's green. Nope, that's green. I think these are all green, to be honest. Let's open one more. Nope. All right. I thought I had a black somewhere. Whatever. We'll just use, I don't even need black. I need eggplant. We're going to just eggplant this a little bit just to kind of create a little bit more of some darks over here. It's not even that dark in the picture. However, I want it to be that dark. I also want to bump up all this. I call it floating foam. Magic Edge. I'm just going back and forth, left and right. That is it. Left and right. All right, let's add some little things in the water here. All right, this is a little light, but that's okay. We're just gonna, let's just see what happens. I don't know what's happening downstairs, but it sounds like there's a punching bag, and we don't have a punching bag, so I don't know what's going on. Notice I've been doing a lot of horizontal strokes for my water and for my ground, because that's where we want to establish that this is a flat area. It's a flat plane. I'm going to purplize right here. Oh, you know what it is? It's not a punching bag. It's the drum set. That's where my brain goes. I feel like, oh, no, it's a punching bag because, you know, like that's what would be happening. But no, they're actually... they're playing the drums. We have an electric drum set, so it's like quiet, but I could still obviously hear them. So, oh, good, Susan. That's our goal. I got off the couch too. I slept until like a little bit later today. I should have gone to yoga. I just was thinking that it was going to be, you know, snowy, and here we are, and it's still not, which honestly I'm okay with. I really like don't want more snow, to be honest. I'm all set with that. So this looks like a mammoth just walked through here, so we need to calm that down a little bit. What is a good shadowed sand color? It surely is not yellow, and it's going to be like, well, it's going to pretty much be like a purpley taupe kind of color. I'm going to use my favorite, 244, although you can't buy 244 individually anymore. It's like this purpley gray. So I found a great alternative. I found 140 in Cretacolor is a fantastic option for some substitutions there. I kind of want to use this. Oh, I think it's a little light. Let's use a darker version. What's this? Nope, it's too warm. If you're like, oh my gosh, what is she talking about? Warm, cool. I have a color theory course on my site too. The perks of being a member, guys, like you can, you know, spend whatever on courses and like, you know, color theory and all these things, or you could just become a member. Like it's kind of a no-brainer. You get more bang for your buck. Like I don't want to make people spend a bunch of money. That's why I made the membership, so you can get all the things and more. Absolutely. For the low price of one plain black coffee from Dunkin' Donuts a week. That's all it is. All right, I'm gonna just look dainty. Look, my hand is up. I got a hand up over here. I got fingers up. All the fingers are up. We're going like this, and I'm talking like this. And we're just gonna, it's too bright. We're gonna tap tap. I'm gonna show you a little trick too. That's too much. Tap tap with this. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little thing after I firm up these footsteps a little again. I need a slightly darker color. So I don't know what kind of animal this is or person walking. Apparently they have 1 foot and they have 2 feet and there were more people and I don't know what it is. But if you add little sprinkles is what I call them to your surface, which I will do. It looks like little specks in the sand. This one I made, guys. I saved all my sacrificial broken pastels, which is what, like, this happened the other day, and I was like, no, I will save you. One day you will come back. So it's gonna sit there for a little while in like purgatory. And then you can just grind them up with a mortar and pestle and then a little distilled water, and you could roll your own. I call this one Goose Pebble because it looks like a goose pebble. It's very pommacy. It's not my ideal, but I feel like it's very like beach color. Ooh. I want to go over a little bit. Look, my things disappeared. All right, we're gonna get rid of this one because it bothers me. Okay, so we are gonna add some sprinkles. And what does that mean? That means I'm gonna take a razor blade and I'm gonna take some dark or light, and I'm just going to shave over Don't sneeze. This is a good way to get rid of this coating. So it kind of looks like one of those black sand beaches, the one that was over in Iceland that like apparently disappeared. So you can add these little guys in here. And then what you want to do is you want to take a piece of glycine, which let me grab a piece. I bought them in bulk over on Amazon because the new paper I use doesn't come with glycine. And I'm just going to very gently put this down. And I'm going to press, 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 press. Blow away any that you don't want there. And then you can lift it up and are they gone? I think I pressed too much. That's never happened before. Let's try that again. What in the world? Well, there's a first time for everything. What just happened is the question. We're going to eggplant it up. There's a fuse still there, but eggplant's a little, this is too strong. There's too many crumbs. You can literally just tap it. All right, let's see if this works a little better this time. There they are. Okay. And see, I could blow it, and you're not supposed to blow your pastels, but you could blow it and it doesn't go away. I don't know what happened before. It's just like the universe is like, no, try again. Okay. So we have some fun little things going on here. So this is what I would look at it from a distance, even though I'm not getting up and looking at it from a distance, but I'm just going to say, all right, well, maybe I want to go a little stronger with some light lights. I'm going to take my white here, make sure it's actually, make sure it's actually clean. And maybe just go in some little spots where maybe there would be a little hint of where the sun is. And that kind of helps frame some of these little clouds over here too, because they want to be a little showcased sometimes. Little negative spaces, little pockets of light, sky holes. You just don't want it to look like they're not connected to the rest of it. So you have to kind of trickle it down if you use this color. But you could always use another color. You know, like maybe I want to go in with my light blue. Where are you? And just kind of, that blue's too dark. Let's use this guy. And let there be little nuances up here, and that's going to help shape things. Now, we don't want too much shaping going on because we still want our eye to stay here. That is where I want my viewer's eye to go. So, you know, we have to look at it from a distance. And I know I said I'm not getting up, but I actually have the benefit of looking at it shrunken down on screen right now. So it is like I'm looking at it from a distance. All I have to do is look that way, and I'm seeing it shrunken down. This is too dotty. So you could tap dab, you can graze. It's still a little dabby. Let's throw a little purple on top because that's the solution when in doubt. Okay. Alrighty. So I think I played enough. I think I did some fun things. So I think what I'm going to do, as I still sit here and fiddle. This is where, like, you gotta just stop sometimes and say, all right, like, stop. Sometimes there's little silhouette clouds that kind of creep in. They're like, I want to be in front of this. I'm not catching light. This is what they say. Oh, the way the things talk to me. It's okay. They tell me what to do. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop there. So I just want to say thank you for joining me. If you're interested in the membership, head on over to the link in my profile bio, wherever it is you're watching from. I'll also stick it in the comments. This is also live streaming over on it's Facebook and where am I? YouTube. This program doesn't like Instagram right now, so we just can't do that. So anyway, what else? That's about it. So if you don't subscribe to me over on YouTube, you should do that because I'm like 130 people away from hitting a whopping 1,000. But yeah, that would be cool. And then you know, if you want to tap into some more wave stuff, I got lots of wave demos. I got all the things over on createandinspire.art, so make sure you check out that site right here. Did I spell it right? Yes. I did not spell check myself. That's all right. So anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday, Sunday, and I hope that you check out my site, and I hope you don't get too much snow because we all are probably done with it by now. Like, we're all like, just, I was so excited to see the dead grass. It was very exciting, and my dog could poop, and it was great, but she's like, wait, there's no space left. All right, so let me just, all right, I wasn't going to show my face, but I guess I kind of have to, like okay. So, yay! I didn't want to show myself. I did not brush my hair today. I am wearing my pajamas, and I did not brush my teeth, so that's why I wasn't going to go on camera, but hello, and I'll see you soon. And I would love to know your thoughts on this. What do you think I should name it? And thanks, Vanessa. Thanks for joining in. I have to blow my nose.